Okay, Tomas, you're going up against a team that's going to bring a lot of energy, and it's their home opener tonight. So how do you counteract that pressure that they will likely bring?
We know we have to focus on ourselves, to be honest. With our home opener, we could tell, we're a little sleepy. We let them score early and very easy, so we want to get rid of that, and we want to jump and play our game. Like I said, our main focus is on us, and obviously they will come up hot, but we have to be ready for it.
We hear so much about that opening 10 minutes being so critical to have that good start that you're mentioning here. What are some of the things that you like this team doing to get that quick start?
Well, it's about we lost a lot of battles last time, It's all about winning. Each guy has to win their 50-50 battle with the puck and, quick breakouts and, coming on them with a speed, good changes. And, when they combine all together, that creates a lot of pressure on their team. So that's what I think we're going to try to do.
Speaking of breakouts, it was something that was brought up multiple times that people want to improve. And it's still, of course, a work in progress. But when you guys are breaking out the puck, what's the true identity of this team using its speed to get the puck out of their own zone quickly?
Well, we could see it in the Prague, right? Like, if we break out fast, that means the other team doesn't spend any time in our zone, and we just we're very fast. We find a very fast out of the way of our D zone, and then we're just coming from waves, shift after shift, try to play in their zone, out changing them, so it's all coming together. And like I said, it's all starting in our D zone, and you try to improve every day with that.
Of course, every line wants to score. Of course, that's priority number one. But your line with Hischier and Mercer, what else do you guys bring to this group?
Well, we try to play right way defensively, right? Like our goal to the game is, outscore the other opponent and shift the winning on our side. I mean, I think we're a very responsible line. We've been used a lot on the D-zone draws. I think we're kind of unfortunate with the pucks coming in for us right now. We're hitting a lot of posts, but, I think it's all a matter of the process, and when we do it right way, it's going to eventually come.
Mercer's playing his 250th game in the National Hockey League tonight, all straight, so his entire career he's played every game. But what can you say about how he's grown from when you first saw him in the league to now?
To be honest, I felt Dawson was very mature since he got here, but obviously you can see the steps what he's taking forward. In the crucial moments he can make the right play, and the decisions are a lot more mature than we used to. I mean, it's awesome to see him growing, and I'm very happy. He's here and he signed up with the Devils.
Okay. So, Brendan, of course, this team is opening their season tonight. You expect that a team will come out strong in that. How can this group counteract that pressure that they'll bring, especially in that opening 10 minutes?
Well, we just got to be prepared and not surprised by their energy, by their aggressiveness. You skated for the last 3-4 months of summertime, and now you come in and this is the first one for real for them. So we've it seems like we've been going for a month between the Europe trip and then being at home the other night. So we've just got to understand that we're in this thing now. Every shift matters. Every play we've got to be on our toes. And now coming into what's going to be probably a crazy and exciting and loud environment, and kind of feed off that. It's the best part about playing this league.
When you are being pressured on breakouts, what can this group do to maybe simplify things and be able to have a stronger breakout?
Yeah, I think just not overthinking it. I think we're all getting into a new system, and it doesn't matter where you came from or what you were playing last year. This is what we're doing now, and obviously it takes a little bit of time and then just getting used to those things and not, again, overthinking things. But new partners, communication's so key in this league with how fast things go and how hard teams forecheck. And basically all the goals that we let in against Toronto, we know what happened on those. We know where the breakdowns were, and that's the good thing is that we know that we can fix that stuff to make it better for the next game.
Speaking of new partners, you're with Dougie Hamilton. How have you guys grown your communication style and just your ability to be a strong pair?
Yeah, it's just again talking, getting to know him a little bit off the ice, getting to know the person Dougie Hamilton before getting to know the player, and we all know how elite the player is. I still remember meeting him for the first time, how big and strong he is, and then you throw in the fact of how good of a skater and his offensive instincts, and it's only been 3 games and a couple preseason, but I feel like we're getting better and better, and we're starting to learn each other's tendencies, and I just keep telling him like he's getting opportunities. Plays are coming to him. Whether it's posts or big saves, it's going to come, and I think for him once the floodgates open, we'll be cooking.
You played here, albeit briefly. Pull back the curtain a little bit on number 8 as he chases history.
It's just, I don't know what more you can say about Alex Ovechkin. Just best goal scorer of all time. Going to be soon enough. A guy who just continues to kind of almost defy the odds every year. And anytime people think he's going to take a step back, he continues to score more. And always a threat on the power play. A great teammate, a guy, like you said, I was fortunate to play with for some time, and just someone that you're always rooting for, just not when he's playing you.
Exactly. I know you don't want to see him celebrate today, but is there anyone who celebrates goals, who seems to love goal scoring? I mean, you talk to anybody, they say, I like to score goals. He seems to take it to a different level.
Yeah, well, when you're enjoying something, you usually get better at it, and you're usually good at it. So for him, he's done it over 800 times now, and I think his shoulders would be getting a little sore, but he always seems to find a little extra gear, and he's just so dangerous. Any part of the ice, any part of where on his stick he gets it, he's a threat to score. So we've got to know that. We've got to know that when he's on the ice, and I think that's part of, again, for us defensively, just knowing who you're out there against.
When you come back to a team and you've played for them before and you come back into this building, what are the memories that you actually do remember when you're walking the halls, taking your first shift? What pops up?
It's tough. I've always found it tough. I've been traded a couple times, and now obviously signing somewhere else, and it's tough to play against former teammates and former buildings where, I have unbelievable memories here as a Capital, and we had successful teams, and you have some good memories from playing with those guys, but now you're on the other side, and usually after the first or second shift you're able to just, it's another hockey game, and you get a couple bumps in and realize that you can have dinner and stuff with those guys later, but we've got a big 2 points and a big win to get for your team.
Do you think you throw any extra hits or extra chirping against those former teams?
Well, you always got to kind of prove to your guys that you've got the cord on that, and that you're true. You're bleeding red here with the Devils now. So whether it's first shift, I've got to throw a couple hits in just to make sure they know, hey guys, I'm on the right side now. But all in all, just excited. You got to treat it like another game.
Sheldon, when you're playing a team that's opening their season, it's their 50th anniversary, that of course they're expected to bring a lot of energy and pressure from the start. What can your team do to make sure they're countering that and taking control of the game, especially in that first 10 minutes?
We're fresh off our home opener here, and we expected to be on our toes and all these kind of things you're describing, and we were not. Mainly because the opponent came at us and pushed us, and we got to have the same type of mentality.
And when you just look at the change of putting Palat with the fourth line in that morning skate, what do you hope to spark with that, or is it because of Cotter's skill moving up?
Yeah, I'd say it's more Cotter's, and I don't know if we call it our fourth line either. Those guys have been consistently good every single game, all the way back to preseason. I thought they were probably our most effective line in our last game, so I'm trying to get Lazar and Bastian's the simplicity and competitiveness and direct nature of their game to continue and bring out the best in Palat. And then Cotter, I liked him with what he brought to that line when we used it the one night in Prague during Game 2. So it's a little bit of just trying to get the Hollow group going and wanting to give the pairs, certainly Lazar and Bastian, and then the other two lines some consistency.
You're obviously pleased with what that line has brought. You talked about their consistency. Looking to see that develop more from the top two guys. What do those top two lines have to do from a consistent standpoint that you're seeing? What's maybe missing just a little bit?
I don't have to. Nico's line's done a really good job. The other night I thought they were good again. They have the hard matchups against Matthews all the way through, and I thought they did a pretty good job of that. I thought the Hughes line was our best line in Game 2, and they were okay the other night, but did find a way to score us a goal. So I got no issues with that. Right now, to me, it's we got to get the Hollow line going more consistently. But I think we've only played 3 games here, so I don't know if we can talk much about consistency at this point. We're just getting started.
No, so it's really more you're praising what the other guys have brought as opposed to necessarily denigrating what the top two guys have brought.
Precisely, yes.
So are you a 5-game stretch guy, 10-game coach when you look at where a team's at?
I don't think you can put a number on it. I think you know when you know, and you go with the flow. Otherwise, I'm not a segment guy. I believe we should be at our best every single night, and we have a chance to win every single night. So I just take it as it comes. But certainly for me, I'm still the new guy here. I'm still learning lots about these players and what works and what doesn't. And And I don't want to overreact to one game or anything like that and change everything all around. Let's give it a chance to breathe. I didn't love our game in Game 1 of Prague. In less than 24 hours, we're right back at it with, when it comes to the first two lines, the same lines. And they were excellent. So, we got to sometimes let some things breathe a little bit and just keep assessing as we go.
Is it difficult to prepare for a team that hasn't played a game yet? I mean, they have plenty of video to watch of you guys. Are you looking at their preseason video? How do you prepare for it? And they have had a lot of changes from last year too. So
yeah, it's a little bit strange. Obviously, I mean, we knew we were going to be in a situation like this, given that we started a week early and we've been to Prague and back, and yet they haven't even played a game yet. But, they played enough in preseason that you're able to get an idea. But certainly the added practice time that they've had, I'm sure they've had a far different looking approach in terms of rolling out their systems and their structure and their game strategies, these kind of things, just with the amount of time they've had. So we'll adapt as we go. But we're still very much, focused on ourselves. So we've got a lot of things to sort through here within our own game, and we got to continue to build. And because of the lack of practice time that we've had in comparison to a lot of our opponents, we're trying to make changes in games, and we're trying to grow in inside of our game meetings and all of these kind of things. And it's going to be even more challenging here as with the coming stretch. We don't have much time to really breathe or recover, so we got to get used to dealing with days like today, where we got to get some things done in a morning skate.
Dawson Mercer's playing his 250th straight game since the start of his career. I know it's only your fourth game with him, but what have you learned about him, how he approaches the game, and how he plays that you think has kept him in the lineup every night of his career?
He's a good player. He works hard. Doesn't do anything that's going to give you a reason to consider taking him out. Obviously, health would be an important piece, so taking care of yourself that way. But what have I learned about him? Very, very smart, versatile player. Can help us. He's done a tremendous job on the penalty kill. Really, really good job on the penalty kill. It's been very impressive. And at 5-on-5, I'm leaning on him in tough matchups with he and Nico, and he can make a play, he can help on the power play. So a very versatile guy that sort of, I think, can give a boost to any line that he's on.
I don't know if you discussed goalies, but Markstrom looked like he was in there again today. You trying to get him in a little rhythm here early in the season? Or?
Yeah, for sure. It's more so you want to give him a chance to get right back in it. Like our team, I'm sure he didn't love his game the other night, and so it's another chance to get right back in there. And our schedule being as busy as it is here, we're going to have to utilize both guys, but Mark, you go tonight.
Yeah, just your overall assessment of maybe that first power play unit after the game against Toronto. Played a lot of minutes through the 5 power plays. Jesper Bratt obviously getting 1 goal, but just did you feel like they maybe just weren't connecting that night, or maybe being a little bit too cute?
Yeah, I don't know about too cute. I think we scored 1. We're 1 for 1 to start the game. And then you're 0 for 4 after that, so you get your confidence early and get feeling good. And, I think of some of the chances we had, I think it was Brad, I can't remember now if it was Timo or Nico on the back door. It was an empty net tap in, that could be a second goal. There's a couple opportunities on the rush, could be a second goal. So there's opportunities there. I think there's some things inside of it. Some of our spacing is a little bit off, and just kind of, guys kind of fighting to play the same spots. We're going to get our spacing right so we can capitalize more. But they moved the puck well, I thought. Gave us lots of zone time. I thought we did enough good things between their unit and even that chance that Holland missed on the backside in the second period. We could have had 2 or 3 on that night without changing anything. But execution, our details are a little bit better. We'll be a lot more threatening that way.